What's up, everybody? Trebbot here, and that's it. We've done it. We beat the game. We beat everything. I'm gonna turn the sound down just a little bit here. Turn the music down to a 1. So, man, like, we have our 3 endings, which, you know, we had our the first ending we did, which is Helios. We merged with Helios, and it doesn't give you any results on that. But apparently, according to what happened in Hong Kong, supposedly what you become is benevolent, and by what it says in the closing, it seems to be the case. But then we have the long night where we sided with Tracer Tong, and we basically ended global communications. So we essentially just completely knocked out like everything, because at that point Majestic 12 had already destabilized most governments, and then all of a sudden all of that is gone. All of it is gone. It's like, you know, this kind of reminds me of a lot of the endings in Mass Effect 3 that people were sort of disappointed in, where all of the Mass Effect relays oh, you know what? I'm actually not going to talk about that because maybe potential spoilers for people who haven't done it. But long story short, it is like a similar situation to the Long Night ending. But I'm really not a fan of that one. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like with that one, what would happen is, you know, like you have China and all the disparate governments which will slowly rise again, but being unable to communicate longer distances, I would assume we'd go back to like radio waves and things again. So it wouldn't be long before some things recover, but the problem is how long would they take to recover? Because the power vacuum would mean that things would devolve into chaos, and I think a lot of people would die. That's why I think the Long Night is extreme. Like, it's very extreme. It's like what happens if you knocked the internet out immediately when so much of our modern world relies on it. Even probably more so in like the 2050s, which is when this game takes place. I'm pretty sure somewhere around then. It's, you know, it's in the future, and that seems like it again, just way too extreme. So I'm not a fan of that one. The last one is bringing the Illuminati back to power, and I feel like this was probably the canon ending. This is probably the one they implemented first, I feel like. And based on the sheer fact that we got a lot more closure on that one, we had the ending shots for all 3 of them were the same in the VersaLife building, right, in Hong Kong, right above the hand, where there's that's where the game started and it's where the game ends. And then the thing is that we actually see Everett there. We spoke with Everett, and we're clearly a part of this organization. He explains to us that, you know, like, they messed up before. They did it wrong, and they're trying to do it right this time. What exactly that entails is hard to say, but he also mentioned, I believe, something along the lines of like governments are kind of done with, because at this point, you give the Illuminati ultimate power, the ability to control media, everything, and the question is, will it be benevolent? I don't know, but it did seem like they were distributing vaccines. They were bringing everything back online. It's the one that does have the most closure, but is it the best choice for a prosperous future? It's hard to say. At the very least, it's a return to the status quo of the past, which is, you know, like right now in 2021. We, for the most part, I mean, there's extreme wealth inequality, and that's obviously pretty terrible. A lot of people live in poverty, but by and large, I can't really say by and large because, right, the average citizen in the United States probably lives a decently okay life. The average citizen in the EU lives a good life, but what about in third world countries? it's terrible there. Or, you know, the extreme poor in India. We're returning to all of that inequality. So is it the best solution to return to the status quo when so many things are terrible? And not to mention that, what is it, by 2050 is what is climate change looking like? How's the world going to progress? Where that's why, even though that's probably the canon ending, and I do like it, there's a lot of closure in it, I think it's really cool. I still think the best ending for humanity and the planet itself is probably Helios, which is why I decided to choose that one. It's a little scary, right? Because there's this AI, but it merged with a human who JC's choices, what I think it's JC's choices, because there's not really a lot of choice up until that moment, is that he tends to be a good guy. Like, you try and save people, you try and help people. So Helios merging with an individual like that would assume that pieces of that are joined together, along with Helios's main programming, which is to protect and guide humanity. So I think that is the best one. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more in the future of like what exactly occurs, but just in general, like, man, this has been a really, really cool game. I want to do these loads just to see like how each of them are. Like, I mean, Liberty Island was super cool. I think it was a great opening level. It had all these methods of ingress. You're able to sneak around perfectly. Like, at this point in the game, you're weak, so you need to sneak around. It was so super neat. And then the Brooklyn Bridge. What was the Brooklyn Bridge? I don't remember. I don't honestly remember. But we went to Battery Park. Oh yeah, here's Battery Park. Well, that's when we return. Well, so this is already 4 hours in. So, you know, I really liked how, you know, you start off essentially with the bad guys, and as you progress, you start sort of, the bad guy was there, presented to you in the very beginning in subtle ways. So it's not like, you know, Bob Page showed up out of nowhere and was like, oh no, I'm the boogly boogly. It was slowly introduced through the whole game, and it's like, just the pacing was excellent. I love how you continued to return to UNATCO, and it became like, oh, this is going to be the hub, and then it turned it on its head whenever you joined supposedly the terrorists that you initially started to be against, and you start learning more and learning more and learning more, and then you distance yourself a little bit from them and sort of become your own entity serving your own interests, and then eventually, you know, you make your choice, right? What a journey, though. Like, we went all over. I mean, you go all over the place. So you encounter all these different factions, all these different people, and in the end, it lets you choose the fate of the world. And how Deus Ex sort of weaves together all of these different conspiracy theories is it's pretty brilliant, I think. Man, I really enjoyed this. And, you know, I think soon I'm probably going to start up Human Revolution, and I might finish it off with Human Revolution Director's Cut. So that's the one where previously all the bosses you had to kill, but now apparently there's ways that you can do non-lethal. So I want to do like a non-lethal / like kind of as you go along run in Deus Ex. 'Cause I don't want to like, I want to be able to like hack turrets and stuff, and then, you know, like turn them on people, because that sounds really fun. But man, what a fantastic game. And I'm really excited to jump into Human Revolution, knowing what I know now from this version of the game, because I know Bob Page plays a part in either Human Revolution or Mankind Divided. I have played both of them, but it's been a while, and I don't remember a lot of it. So it should be pretty interesting. So thanks so much. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Please, you know, standard YouTube bullshit of, you know, like and subscribe if you can. It really helps me out. I'm still pretty new to all of this, so I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly did, and I'll see y'all next time. So take care. See ya. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Sayonara. That's it. I'm tapped out. Hasta la vista. Now I'm tapped out. All right. Later, y'all. Bye.